Hi, good morning. I'd like to thank you all for joining today's informational webinar for our parents for the Louisiana Scholarship Program. We're going to give everyone else a few minutes just to get into the room, and then we're going to get started. Okay. I think it's safe. I think we can go ahead and get started now. Again, I would like to thank you all so much for taking the time out of your schedules to join us for today's Louisiana Scholarship Program informational webinar for parents. On today's agenda, we will discuss eligibility, application timeline, LSP site registration for 24-25. We will discuss award notifications, transfers, declined awards. We'll talk about some important reminders, and we'll talk about a Q&A. So we're going to move straight into it. We're going to talk about our eligibility requirements. So who is eligible for a scholarship? All applicants must be a resident of Louisiana. They must have a family household income that does not exceed 250% of the poverty guidelines. And the student must be entering kindergarten for the first time or currently attending a C, D, or F school on both October 1 and February 1 of the current school year. All new applicants must provide proof of income and residency eligibility in order to complete the scholarship application process. Let's talk about the timeline. So all award notification letters and emails was sent out on yesterday, Monday, April the 29th. Site registration will begin at the school in which your child was awarded. It began as well on April the 29th. This morning, we're hosting our webinar on April 30th. Site registration will end on May the 24th. So please make sure you have from April the 29th until May the 24th to make sure that you get your child registered at his or her school. The last day to decline all scholarship awards is May the 24th. The transfer window will open for the summer on June 10th, and it will close on July the 19th. Okay, so I'm going to give you an opportunity just to take a snapshot of those dates. Remember, site registration started yesterday, and site registration will end on May the 24th. Okay. So let's talk about the award notifications. Again, as we stated, all families was notified of your award on the 29th. Site registration again will end on May the 24th, and all families must accept the scholarship award no later than May the 24th. If a family does not complete site registration by that deadline date of May the 24th, they may lose the awarded scholarship because the award will be dropped after the 24th. So let's talk about site registration. So you must go to the school where your child has been awarded to complete the physical site registration process. You must provide updated income and residency eligibility documentation for each student when registering at the school. If you turned in a 1040 form that was not current, by now you should have filed your taxes for the 23 years. So you should have your most updated 1040 form, and you will have to supply that information if you provided an old 1040 form that was like from maybe 2022. Please ensure that the address on the documentation provided matches the address listed on the application. You must also complete all the 3 forms when you get to that school to complete registration. You must complete the parent waiver for special education services. You must complete the parent acknowledgement regarding scholarship funds, and you must also complete the receipt of rules and regulations form when you're completing that registration process. You also should obtain a copy of the school's student handbook, and you must obtain and familiarize yourself with the school rules, regulations, policies, and sign an acknowledgement of receipt of these rules. So let's talk about transfers. If you wish to transfer to another participating school before the start of the 24-25 school year, you must accept the scholarship at the original awarded school. So wherever your child has been awarded, that award notification letter that you received, you must accept that award at that awarded school. And then once the transfer window opens on June 10th, then you must submit a transfer request form to the department signed by both the parent or guardian and a representative of the receiving school. So if you're wanting to transfer your child, please accept your award. And then you must contact the school you are wanting to transfer to so that they can start the process of submitting that form to our office. You will go to that school, complete that transfer form, sign it, the school will sign it, and then they will email that form to us. So that takes place from June 10th to July 19th. If a student transfers without a completed transfer form or approval from our department, you may lose the scholarship. Whenever we approve a scholarship to be transferred, we send an email back to the school stating the transfer has been approved. Please notify the parent. So until you get that information, your child has not been transferred. So you have to wait until you get that final approval. It's the school's responsibility, as I stated earlier, to inform the family when the transfer has been approved. Okay? So don't forget that time frame is from June 10th to July 19th. So next, once a family declines the award, they will no longer be eligible to receive a scholarship for the remainder of the 24-25 school year. If you decline an award, that is not for families wishing to transfer an award. Transferring an award and declining an award is two completely different things. So once the award has been declined, it cannot be reinstated. I know sometimes we have families that will decide that they want to go to say a public school, and then so they decline the award, they go to public school, and 2 weeks later they possibly change their mind and want to come back. The award cannot be reinstated. So please make sure that once you sign that decline award and it's sent to our office and it's processed, then the scholarship award has been removed. If a family declines an award, you must reapply in the fall in order to be eligible for any scholarships awarded in the upcoming years. That award does not just carry over for you. You have to reapply completely, just like a new student would. The family must sign the declined award form at the awarding school. By completing the form, the family understands that they are willingly choosing to not participate in the LSP program for that 24-25 school year. All declined awards must be submitted no later than May the 24th. So here are some important reminders. Site registration for the 24-25 school year, it began on April the 29th. Award notifications will go out to families via letter and email that went out as well on the 29th. So you should have those notifications. So you may not have received the one by mail yet, but you should, if you gave a valid email address, then you should have an email from studentscholarships@la.gov with that information, okay? And please remember, the families must provide updated income and residency eligibility documentation for each student when registering at the school during open registration. The address on the documentation must match the address listed on the application. Families must accept or decline their scholarship awards no later than May the 24th. If a family does not complete site registration by May the 24th, they may lose the awarded scholarship, and site registration ends on May the 24th. So please make sure, I know that I have reiterated these dates time and time again, but I just want to make sure that you all understand the dates that's available to you all so that you all can make sure that you can meet these deadlines and everything will be okay with your scholarship award. If you would like to transfer to another school, the transfer window does not open until June 10th, and it will close on July 19th. But please remember, you must accept your scholarship at the awarded school before transferring a scholarship. Your transfer is not complete until the school receives notification from our office. It is the school's responsibility to inform the family when the transfer has been approved. And again, if you wish to decline the award, you must decline the award at the awarding school by May the 24th. This is not for families, again, wishing to transfer to another scholarship school. Remember, there's a difference between the transfer award and the declined award. And so thank you for joining our today's webinar. And if you have any questions about the Louisiana Scholarship Program, we have a link that will be included. We're going to drop a link in the chat box, and you can go directly to our Louisiana Scholarship Program, and you can look at the guide that we have out there for you all, and it should answer any questions that you might possibly have about the scholarship program. If you need to contact us for any questions or concerns, you can send an email to studentscholarships@la.gov. Please allow 3 to 5 business days for us to respond to your email. We have a lot of emails that's coming in the box, and please try to only send that one time, and you should hear from our office in a very timely manner. So I see that we do have a hand raised, and for the hand that's raised, I'm going to need you to send an email to studentscholarships@la.gov, and we will respond to you. So I'd like to thank you all for taking time out of your schedule to join today's webinar. If you have any other questions or concerns, as I stated earlier, please make sure that you send us an email to studentscholarships@la.gov, and we would do our best to answer any questions that you might possibly have. Ms. Sanders, is there anything else we need to add?
I just want to point out that a link to today's presentation has been dropped in the chat. So if you guys would like to obtain a copy of today's presentation with the live links, you can go ahead and access it in the chat. And also, a recording of today's webinar will be available on the Louisiana Scholarship Program webpage within the next couple of days.
Okay. All right. Again, I would like to thank you all for joining today's webinar. I'm just going to, for some of the parents that I see that just entered, I'm just going to put up the LSP application timeline so that you can take a snapshot of those dates so that you'll know registration opened on the 29th. Registration will close on May the 24th. The last day to decline your awards is May the 24th. And the summer transfer window will open on June the 10th, and it will close on July 19th. So please make sure, take a picture of that so that you'll have it at your fingertips so that you'll know the dates and the deadlines in order to get everything completed for the program. And again, I'd like to thank you all so much for joining today's webinar, for taking the time out. And we look forward to serving you this 24-25 school year. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Mitra, can you put up the slide with the email address one more time, just so
Yes.
people who joined late, so they can kind of get the email address to email us with their question?
Okay. Student scholarships@la.gov. If you have any questions or concerns, or if you need a point of clarification or anything like that, you can send an email to that email address. Please make sure you only send one, because if you send multiple, it slows us down on responding to you all.